guys, karibu once again to Metien, our channel. Unfortunately, Adrian is not here today. As you know, we are a long distance couple, so this is one of those times I'm gonna be vlogging alone. And the theme of today's vlog is challenges of a Kenyan girl living abroad, in this case Europe. Yes. Before that, Adrian was here like 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to take you shortly through the some of the few pictures and the things we did when he was here. Hopefully you enjoy with us, and then right after that we go through some of the things I have experienced as challenges having to live here away from home. Enjoy it. Welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed and had a glimpse. We didn't do much when he was around because he usually comes on Friday. We have together Saturday and then he goes back on Sunday, so it's pretty much very little time to do other things. I mean, do a lot of things, yeah. But the topic for today, like I said, is challenges of a Kenyan girl living abroad. Feel free to give me your comments, to give me your feedback, and to give me ideas of what I can do to overcome these challenges. The first challenge is culture shock. When I first came to Munich. Now I'm in Vienna. When I came to Munich, there was so much culture shock to me because the environment is full of different people. In Kenya, we have Kenyans everywhere, Africans everywhere, blacks everywhere, and very few Indians, Europeans, and other people. So when I came here, it was the opposite. It is a lot of Germans, and then few Africans and few Indians, and the rest of the people also. Yeah, so it was a culture shock to me because, when you kind of like when you're in your comfort zone, you have very many people around you who look like you don't feel anything, it's just normal life goes on. Yeah. But now when you're different in a place, you kind of get extra attention. People will look at you, maybe the kind of dressing you are wearing, or just because you look different, you get those looks, those extra looks from other people. Yeah. And it's a bit uncomfortable at some point if you're not used to it, and especially if you're not used to a place. Yeah. So that was one of those things I had to deal with. The other culture shock was in terms of dressing, especially now it's summer, like people are actually changing the mode of dressing. I mean, when I came, it was winter and everyone was all covered up. It was also weird, but it made sense that people are covered up because it's cold. Now it's the opposite. It's very hot and people are now dressing down. So you have people with hot pants, we have people with very short dresses, and it's good. I mean, it's obeying the weather, dressing according to the weather, but it's so much of a shock to me because I will never personally wear, let's say, hot pants to go out to class, for example, or to go out to the supermarket. But it's normal here. I mean, people do that, they're used to doing that, and so it's not a big deal. So it's a challenge, like it's just a challenge having to adjust to the new culture of doing things. Yeah. The other thing challenging for me living here is homesick. I have a lot of homesick. I miss my friends, I miss my family. Like, it's just different. I have made friends here, especially friends from my class and friends from my roommate and where I live. I have very good friends here, but it's different. The friends you made when you're growing up, when you're in those schools and you are all the same, and you sort of kind of got very comfortable with each other. So coming to a new environment where people have their own different ways of doing things, even they talk differently, it's very hard to also get a niche. Yeah. So it's been very challenging to me. Like, I could go out and hang out with people, but again, I don't know if I'm going to fit into the way they usually hang out. That's one. I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable, and one of those things I don't like is being in a place where I'm uncomfortable. So sometimes I just prefer staying home, staying in my room, because I know I'll be comfortable here, especially if I want to avoid going to meet people that I'll feel uncomfortable with, or they will feel uncomfortable because of maybe the way I'm doing my things. Yeah, but luckily I've made good friends here who are also international, so they also come from different places and they get to do different things in different ways, so we understand each other. Yeah, but that is one of those things you expect when you're going to a different country. You're going to meet people who are doing things differently, so you have to adjust to it or find your comfort zone. I mean, you don't have to force yourself to do things you don't want to, but you have to find a comfort zone and do the things that work for you. Yeah. The other issue is hair. Oh my god, if you look at my hair, it's a disaster. Like, that's why I'm even having this piece of cloth covering it. But hair is a big challenge for Kenyans and Africans generally here, because you will get salons and people who make African hair, but it's expensive. Like, if I was to spend 1,500 shillings in Kenya, to Kenyan shillings, which is about 10 euros, to make my hair, I will do probably most everything. For an average girl, I'll wash my hair, I'll make my braids. Here, the cheapest you can get, the very cheapest you can get, is about 50 euros, which is 6,000 Kenyan shillings, to do the basic thing. And the basic thing is just to plait braids. You have washed it yourself, you have undone it yourself, you have you've done all the basic things, so you just go to someone to make it for you. You've bought the hair itself, you've bought the extension itself. Yeah. So it's very expensive, 6,000 shillings. If you have to schedule 6,000 or 7,000 Kenyan shillings every day a month, then it becomes challenging. So hair is one of those other issues. And the other last but not least challenge that I have to encounter every single day is language barrier. Language barrier is a big thing. Like, when you're in Kenya and you're in your normal zone with your family and friends, you don't notice it because we have different languages in Kenya, 42 or more. But when you meet Kikuyus and Luos and Kales and all those people, you speak in Swahili or you speak in English, and everyone knows English, everyone knows Swahili. Now here it's different. Everyone speaks German, and then most people speak English, luckily, because it's like in Vienna and Munich are big towns, so people here international, or they've learned English, so they kind of like know and they can speak. But when you go to social gatherings, the language is German. So you'll have to stand in a group and people are speaking German, and so they also assume because you are in German or you're in Vienna, Austria, you also know the language. Yeah. So it's also challenging. Like sometimes you go like, no, I'm not going because I don't want to feel out of place because of the language. I mean, but they're so nice because when you tell them, hi, I don't speak German, I speak English, then they will actually adjust and try to speak. But language barrier is a big issue. Now, it's better for me because if you're coming to Vienna or if you're coming to Munich, people here speak English. Like for the first time, they will want to speak German with you, and then you'll tell them you don't speak it, you speak English, and they will speak. But go to a country like France. The French people, they have a different way of taking their language. I don't know, it's like, because French is also very international and they're used to it and they study in it and everything is done in French, people don't have psych for learning English. Luckily, Adrian knows English, he speaks English, although you can clearly tell he's French from the way he speaks. Language barriers, guys, it's a big deal. Like if you're gonna get into a relationship with someone who is not Kenyan, and he's probably don't speak English, they speak another language, just prepare yourself. One of you has to adjust and learn the other language. Yeah. So guys, that is what I had for you today, and I look forward to talking to you guys next about challenges of being in a long distance relationship with Adrian. But I hope to do that when he's actually here, so that he gives his take and I'm also giving my take, and it's much better. Thank you. And yeah, before I forget, thank you guys for the subscriptions. We have more than 200 people subscribed. I mean, to me, it's a very big deal. People have subscribed. They want to watch our videos. They want to hear more. Probably they found something interesting. So thank you guys for the subscriptions. Please keep them coming. Share it with your friends. And we appreciate every other person who watches our videos. Thank you. See you next time.